Four, three, two, one. Welcome, everyone, to our Energy Jingle Jam Brightside Club activity day. We are so excited about you being here, and we're delighted at this holiday engagement forum to talk about our action or our program. We have a full lineup of things to talk about and speakers, but we're so excited that you've joined us today. And so, of course, again, this is an open forum, and we ask God to intervene and to explore and expand our offering. So, first off, I'm Elton Brewington from Brightside Club, and my co-host Elizabeth Clare Brewington is on, and we're glad that you've joined us too. And our first speaker is a renowned healthcare strategist and the foregone speaker and presenter, and he's going to share with us, some exciting information from a healthcare paradigm forum, and we're excited to welcome Mr. Jerry Baker. Give him a round of applause. Hello, Jerry. Thanks for joining us. Tell us all about your platform, what you do, and how your programs work, and also Shackley, tell us about it. You have the floor.
Okay. Oops.
Feedback.
A little bit.
Okay, I guess, can you hear me now?
Yeah, no problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I had my phone on and then the computer audio.
We
and all
can't
of a
hear
sudden
you
it
though,
started to
Jerry.
work, so
We can't hear
every
you.
day is a challenge. So
I can
I
hear
can
you.
hear him.
everybody,
I can hear him. I can
Jerry
hear him.
Baker here with Fit for Life. We're actually we're partnered with Shackley Corporation, which is the #1 natural nutrition company in the United States. And Claire had asked that I talk about energy today. So let me share my screen and I'll go through some slides that I have, and hopefully this will go fairly quickly. I cut down the slides a lot. I heard something the other day. I forgot to write it down, but I think it is the best thing to do is have 10 minutes, 10 slides, 20 minutes, and 30 point font. So I'm going to try that. I've got more than 10 slides, but I'll go through them fairly quickly. But we want to talk about nutrition as an element of energy. So a nutrition solution, what if you could feel great every day? And I've got some stories I'll tell you. Of course, right now, one of the things is we want more energy, particularly during these holiday times.
Lost him.
I think he froze for us. Jerry?
He went off now.
Okay. Give him just a minute, and we'll allow him to self-correct. And we'll take this time for a 30-second station identification.
Why don't we just introduce ourselves, go around and,
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So, okay, first, that's a good
Sorry
idea.
about that. And I, for
Okay.
some reason, my internet has been cutting me off in the middle of Zooms. And so I'm going to,
Oh.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
we can.
Proceed, Jerry.
So every 35 days, your cells do replenish themselves. And I need to go back to my share screen, I guess. And I'm not sure if that's going to work today, but we'll give it a try. Go back and start from the beginning again. And this is where we were. So basically, we believe that what you eat literally becomes you, because what you eat goes into your cells, of course. So is what we eat today really safe is the question. Sorry, The dog is here playing with a toy and growling. Pesticides, we know that our foods are sprayed with pesticides and herbicides and that sort of thing. So today, to have a healthy diet really takes a lot of work. I don't know about you, but I know that a lot of people eat on the run and 80% of their diet is fat and sugar. So there's really no room for real food. So what's your prevention program to make sure you have enough energy? One is to eat a healthy diet, exercise regularly, which I know we hate to do. Achieve optimal weight, also very difficult. We can help with that. And then to supplement to fill the cracks. So where do you start? Start by eating better. Eat a lot of raw foods, avoid processed foods, stay away from fast foods, and add a biologically complete protein for fuel. What does that mean? And please interrupt me at any time if you have any questions. So I'm not sure that my audio is working such that I can hear you, but flag me somehow or put it in the chat. But protein really is an essential building block. You've got to have good quality protein as a start. So because it builds your muscles, repairs tissues, and it builds your immunity. And who doesn't want good immunity these days? So then after you start with a good protein base, add essential vitamins because these do a lot of things. They promote heart health, immune health, bone and joint health, physical energy, again, healthy skin, hair, and nails. So a perfect vitamin, we believe, is a Shaklee Vitalia. But you can also get a what we call a vitamin strip or a VitaStrip that has the multivitamin in it, as well as a B and C complex vitamin. And omega is critical for heart health and joint health, brain health, and then a probiotic, which is critical for digestive health. And remember that 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So that's very important. It's really 21st century food, and it's a perfect solution for you at home or in space if you happen to be going in space. If not, Mark Kelly has already tried it and took his vitalizer with him. So we are happy to see that. You're not going to get your vitalizer to float in front of you, I'm sure. But talking about energy, Shaklee has powered the world's finest athletes. We have, I don't know now, I think it's 140 or 150 medals that have been won by Shaklee athletes. These are Olympic athletes who use Shaklee. So if Olympic athletes can use it, you know it's safe for you because they really have to be careful about what they take, or they get tested and they have something that shouldn't be in their urine. All those years of training go by the wayside. Here's a couple of different adventures. This is represent.
Okay, that's technical issues 101. He'll come back. What an amazing thing here. Perhaps this one won't be as long, but take a station ID. Call out your own names real quick. It's Elton Brewington, Brightside Club. And we'll go around the room quickly.
Suzanne Harvey, PSGFF, Peace in the Streets Global Film Festival.
Oh, very good. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I'm Jeannie Gormick. I'm an author, speaker, facilitator.
Very good. Very good. Welcome. Next. Don't be shy.
Elton, I'm Marcy Rogers, and I'm president and CEO of SpineMark.
Very good. Thank you. Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, we're supposed to have Rainey York, and she might be having difficulty getting on. She said this is her first Zoom, so we'll just wait for her. Renee, can we get you?
SMI 19, who's that?
That's me, Marcy.
That's
Hey,
Marcy.
Josh
Okay,
Hudson with
very
Island
good.
Jam Fitness.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
Okay,
very good.
Island Jam Fitness. Yes, we can.
Welcome, welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
Okay.
All right,
Can you guys
All
hear
right. So while Jerry's getting
you hear
his
me?
slides,
you
yes,
got,
Renee. Yes, we can. Renee, you want to say something? Okay. All right. All right. So welcome everybody to the Brightside Club, and I'm Elizabeth Claire Brewington. I work with Elton, and we are so happy that each of you are here today. So I want to do a quick thing. I think why don't we start with the film festival, or why don't we start with you, Marcy? And this is a big topic for us because we want to know all about these vaccines. And also, if anybody'd like to invest with SpineMark, you can talk to Marcy offline. So Marcy, tell us a little bit about these vaccines. We don't know which one is which, and if you can help us with navigating through what's going on with that world of yours.
Well,
And welcome.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. But remember, my world is not in the vaccine world, but I'm happy to share
I do know.
with everyone.
Yes.
SpineMark is a company that I formed that we're in the process, as Elizabeth and Elton know when we last spoke, bringing together some disruptive new products, drugs, devices, and one holistic product or two to the market to help during COVID, as well as once COVID is gone, which we all hope for that soon. In the interim, we've kind of pioneered working with the FDA and Medicare to bring in new products that can help people, particularly during this time, under what's called emergency use authorizations, and clearing them in phenomenal speed, not like anything the FDA has ever done in their life before. We're talking 3 to 6 to 8 months as opposed to 4 to 8 years or more. And then also within 8 to 12 weeks, getting a reimbursement pathway from Medicare for the products. Another phenomenal thing that's happening. They're issuing new codes right now for procedures and devices and remote monitoring in a matter of weeks. It used to take 6 years and lobbying the RUC committee of the American Medical Association. So we're in a devastating pandemic, but we're also in an opportunity for some very exciting advances in healthcare, starting with the fact that, you know, when we had the Spanish flu, we lost millions and millions of lives. I think it's really important to keep that in perspective with today, because what we get today is a combination of, you know, things that maybe don't make sense, numbers that seem almost astronomical, and there's no, it creates a lot of fear for all of us. So I'm about eliminating fear with facts. So the facts are there's approximately right now 20 to 30 companies trying to do vaccines for COVID-19 under a coalition called Warp Speed. And I'm excited to tell you that 1, 2, 3, 5 of those companies are already in their phase 3, which is the final phase of clinical trials. And one of them was approved yesterday in London, in England. And of course, the Prime Minister was the first one to get, along with all the healthcare workers and those the most vulnerable. That vaccine's from Pfizer in partnership with a German company, NBio. And that Pfizer, Moderna, all have 90 to 95% efficacy in their vaccine.
Enter your participant ID followed by pound.
And so
Otherwise, just press
those are
pound
very,
to
very
continue.
good numbers.
You are in the meeting now.
Pfizer
There
had
are
a large
7
clinical
participants
trial
in
base,
the meeting. This
many more
meeting is
patients
being
than
recorded.
Moderna,
You have
but
been
the
added to the
result.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hold on, Marcy. Having some technical challenges. 1 second. Unmute your button. Unmute if you can again. I know you didn't mute, but we're just trying to make sure because we were getting some voiceovers, and I didn't want you to be interrupted because of those. And so I think that was on me.
Unmute it. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I think we can hear you now.
Okay. So where we were is it was in the midst of talking about the 5 vaccines that are right in towards the end, near the end of their clinical phase 3 trials. As I said to you, Pfizer yesterday was approved in England. Pfizer has already submitted for an emergency use authorization here last week. The same with Moderna. Moderna filed one as well, and they expect clearance. And then there is a group, AstraZeneca, that's also in it. But I think the first two ones that are going to hit, and both Pfizer and Moderna are ready to distribute. They sent many vials over to England so that they could start right away. So I think that we're going to start with the healthcare workers because they're very vulnerable. And I think sometime between March and April, we'll have a vaccine for everybody that's more mainstream so that we can take care of this. We also are lucky to have 2 treatments, new treatments. One is from Gilead, and it's an antiviral type treatment, like similar to, but different in composition, similar to what we have with Tamiflu when they discovered it to treat the flu. And then the other one is Eli Lilly's product that they just got approved. And that's focused on improving the antibodies or increasing antibodies and treating those. So we're in a fast moving target with all of this because we need to be. And I think the sooner we start, even the chance to vaccinate the first responders and the doctors and the healthcare lines is going to make a huge difference in morale in this country and hopefully in fighting and seeing what they keep saying, the curve flattening.
Yeah.
You know, I think testing has been, quite frankly, a mixed bag.
Yeah.
When you have one person going for 4 tests in 2 days, and they're counting it as 4 different people, it
confuses the process.
Right. And so it's hard to really know, quite frankly.
Exactly where we are. But fortunately, the country was a little behind on testing earlier, but I think testing is becoming a little more popular, and because we've tried to implement some kind of testing here locally, and people are they're not ready to do testing, maybe out of fear or confusion about what the results mean and those kind of things. But you got to test to know. Got to test to know. So.
Yep.
Well, and I really want to speak to the fact that, there's been a lot of criticism about how we handled the pandemic. But look, I would only say to all of us and to you and to whoever hears this, look at the world. Nobody was able to handle this.
No.
And just locking people down is not necessarily a solution. It's a short term, but nobody was prepared for it. I think the only people who've learned a lot from it are those in China. But now it's flared up in Malaysia, just like it did in China. So they shut down 27 glove companies. So it's the demand for gloves is even harder. So we're in a really difficult time, a scary time. But I always look for the opportunity because I can't live in the bad. I got to live in the good. And
you're absolutely right. And you can't be afraid. You have to engage. And quite frankly, when you can help people. And, we have to look at this from a standpoint of it's a cultural uniqueness. Each culture and country is different. And the reason that the U.S. is probably pushed back because of it is because we're a free and open culture. And our liberties are so much a part of who we are, and that's why people come to America because we're such an open culture. And so
land of the free.
Land of the free, and that means we have to take some very unique approaches to how we handle this. And there's no blueprint about this. No, I
Well,
mean,
That's right.
there's no blueprint. And
So,
let me tell you this. Russia came out with a vaccine before us, okay?
right.
But you would never, ever be able to clear that vaccine under the studies they did here in America. And the only place they're going to be able to use it is probably Russia and
Yeah,
Latvia
yeah.
and those countries.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really big testament to America that for whatever reason, no matter how awful this has been, we came together
Yeah.
as a country. And I mean, because all of us, I live every day to help patients. I mean, I
Sure.
don't do it for money. I do it
Yeah.
because that's my mantra. But
It's
we
the right
came
thing to do.
together, put together a coalition of 30 different companies as an accelerator. And now we're already vaccinating patients in England.
See,
That's incredible.
yes,
that's amazing.
that's incredible. That
You
is,
know,
that is.
That's a
It
great. I
is.
really want to thank you, Marcia,
Yeah.
for your input and advice and
Thank you
direction,
so much.
and your understanding of the trauma that we're dealing with. I was watching a
Yes.
news episode that talked about Taiwan, and now Taiwan has almost 292 days, and there's been no new episode of Corona.
Right.
Now, I don't know how they did that. Well, they did a couple of things, but I mean, and we've got some hills to climb, and we can do it as a united group of people, and that's important to understand. And when I think about what the future will look like and how it might look when 20 years from now, when we have cars in the sky or something, and we have
That's not 20 years away. That's next year, Elton.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Let me tell you, Uber is building this whole network of flying, what they were going to call taxi cabs, cars.
See?
Instead of getting a car to go somewhere, you jump on the tram and it takes you.
Yes.
Wherever you go.
Yes.
Somewhere
They've
else.
already beta tested it in Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
That means we
Yeah.
have to collaborate, discuss, evaluate, and find solutions on a wide scale basis of these problems and others like it. And so this is a big time, a big
No,
time.
and you see, that's why we need to replace fear with compassion.
That's right. That's right. That's
Okay,
exactly right.
because
That's
all
exactly
of this
Well
fear is
stated.
also breeding all of these bizarre kinds of acts. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're running and you don't have your mask on and you're 6 feet away from someone, you're going to get somebody that comes up and gives you a hard time, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, whoa.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, if we can talk, we can understand
Talking
each
is
other's
the
point of
key.
view, and we
Yes.
can find some plausible mechanisms to solve problems. We're not going to agree with everything. Everybody's not going to agree about everything, but the
Well, it's
focus is,
America.
yep, exactly right. Everybody's got their opinions.
That's
I
right.
mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
how do we do it? How do we do it? What
Yeah.
solutions do we use? Which ones do we discard? And so at the end of the day, I mean, and, it's an amazing place, and this is a truly amazing time.
It
So that
is.
it is. So, but if the time doesn't kill us, then we'll benefit from it. If these times don't
All
kill us,
right.
then we'll be victorious with it.
It'll be
Yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah,
Well,
and I think I have one question, Marcy, because I spoke at the NIH CDC Health Forum for marketers, and one of our challenges as marketing people is going to get the American people to have confidence in the vaccine, and for them to be able to take it. So I was at the forum, and I represented the Asian Indian market, and we were talking about how important it's going to be now for the pharmaceutical industry to gain respect and credibility that is going to make the Americans comfortable with taking the vaccine, because this is our new challenge, and we've been having challenges. Elton does this food distribution. It's farm to trunk, and they do COVID testing, and we've been trying to get the whole town to get tested, and no one wants to get tested. And Elton and I did a video so that people would see us doing the test, and then they'd feel motivated. So given the fact that we're having challenges with getting people tested, I think we're going to have even more challenges to get people vaccinated. So what advice would you give people who are scared? And I think they should embrace a vaccine, good or bad, because it's going to help us.
Well, look, you know, and I've already heard so much of this kind of feedback from people. And again, you're talking about fear. You're not talking about science, you're talking about fear. Right. And no matter what you say to someone, if they're in that fear mode, it doesn't sink in. So it really doesn't, because they've got all of their alarms on. They're very, very nervous. I've had very, very educated people, even in the medical field, say to me, well, I don't want to be the first one, because what if something happens to me? Well, what I say, and this is all any of us can say, is look at the science. You can go on www.fda.gov. You can look at the clinical trials. You can look at the adverse events. You can look at the results in patients, and you can look at the number of patients they treated. We're not talking about Pfizer doing this in 10 patients and bringing it to market. It's over 500 patients, and it's a vaccine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I always play the role of the compassionate caregiver, information giver. They may not want to hear it, they may not like it, but we have to continue to have a voice with facts, not media, not buzz, not blitz, facts.
Yeah, I agree. I'm actually doing a strat map to get them to feel more comfortable with the vaccine and branding it and making it more acceptable. Marcy, it's always a delight to have you, and I need to have you again. So I will set up an offline. Yes, anybody else has a question for Marcy about the vaccines?
Well, listen, here's a great thing that happened. I'll let you answer that, but I just want to tell you, anybody that you meet that is having a really tough time, tell them to watch the media for what happens in England. Because what happens in England, they're going to broadcast. Okay, they have to.
That's true.
Say, look, they're going to be the guinea pig to make them feel better.
Yeah.
Even the prime minister is, and so just wait and see.
True.
And so,
go
ahead.
Okay.
And the Brits will probably have a shot and not worry about it. So that's a good one.
I asked if I could go fly to England to get one, because I mean, you know. Anyway.
Let me ask you the last question, and then we'll move on. I appreciate your input.
Okay, I think Suzanne has a question.
Let me just finish this question. Now, I got to give you credit, Marcy, for your zone of genius and the aspect that. Yeah, I know. But when you talk about, there was one drug that you were talking about that had to do with head injuries and shots.
Oh, Prevacus.
And the fact that many American drugs, because mostly all American drugs are treated through your liver. And in Europe, they use drugs to be treated through your brain. Now, and we're not ready to move into that era or dimension, but I think we may consider it down the road. But I mean, if you got something to say to that, and I just want to hear your perspective on it in that way. And
from our prior discussion, and Jerry, you were with us, but Suzanne and Jeannie weren't, and whoever else is online, Elizabeth was, but we're working hard to bring some products. Right now, concussions, traumatic brain injuries are an epidemic in this country, in children especially, and the elderly who fall, because that's just what happens, and in the military. I've had the privilege of working with Brett Favre, who's a renowned football player, who had 10 concussions in his own life, and he wanted to make a difference. So he invested, and we're trying to bring 2 products to market. One is Prevacus. It's an intranasal delivery system, goes direct to the brain.
Right.
13 treatments. It's the first drug to ever treat a traumatic brain injury. It can be used on the field, on the side of the road, in the ambulance, anywhere. Okay. And with the cost of goods, the drug we reconfigured it. Dr. Jake Van Landingham and our toxicologist developed it. And we're getting ready to start our phase 1A and B. We hope to have it out in 2.5 years, but I had the idea that I'm going to push the envelope and see if I can clear it under an emergency use because
Very
of the
good.
incidence of concussions and get
Right.
it out like next year early.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
that would be so exciting. Yes.
That'd be great. Then the other product we're coming out with is an over-the-counter. It'll be out next month. And it's a botanical, do no harm, high antioxidant cream that you put on, on your side of your neck every day, twice a day. And we know that it has a lot of brain-friendly ingredients like resveratrol and others. And what it actually does, we know from animal studies that it gets to the brain in 20 or 30 minutes. It stays there for 6 hours and it peaks.
Wow. Wow.
But we don't know what it does. Okay,
got
we
you.
just know that it's there. So
Got
if you have a head injury, it's going to help with swelling. It's going to help with inflammation. More than that, we can't make any claims. But we are committed to doing more studies and doing cognitive assessments after certain functions, like military deployment things, and to be able to see what else it does. So those are two. There's another product that's a little device called Gel Stick that you implant in the spine in 30 minutes in a surgery center. It eliminates chronic pain in patients who have the right criteria.
Whoa.
There's all kinds of, so there's 7 of these products that I'm working day and night to, and that's why I'm selling PPE so that I can fund their commercialization and get them in the hands of patients.
Right. Well,
Oh, that's amazing. And we can't wait. It's going to do so much good. So,
we will have an aside within the next week and help and talk to you about the aspect of how we can help you. But that sounds outstanding. I mean, these dilemmas that we face, and I don't know what you've done in regards to dementia with this or with
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, tremendous benefits, I'm sure. So we'll reach out and make a time to sit and talk and kind of hash some details about working with. Well, we're so excited that you joined us.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, and we're happy that you have.
Elton, we have some questions. Elton,
Okay,
Suzanne has a question. Yes, when you get Marcy and Elton together, it's always like this. So I apologize. Okay, Suzanne, yes.
Suzanne?
Yeah.
We can't hear you.
Suzanne.
You have to turn your
Can't
sound.
hear you, Suzanne.
She's turning it up.
No, I was muted because I was coughing, so therefore I didn't want to.
There you go. No worries.
My question to you, first of all, what is your website? Not for your PPA, but for yourself.
Well, it's all under the same thing anyway, so it's okay. But I don't advertise PPE. I'm just surviving PPE.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So it's www.spinemark, SPINEMARK.
Well, can you put it in the chat room?
Sure, I'll put it in the chat.
That's number 2. It was announced today I'm in New York, by our Governor Cuomo, that starting the 15th, they will be vaccinating the first responders and the hospital workers here.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know that Governor Cuomo's been working closely with Governor Newsom here.
Yes, exactly. So they announced that today. I just thought,
awesome.
Anyway,
thank you for telling me.
I would like to find out more about you. Please do put it in the chat room.
I will.
Okay.
Next.
And on that, any other questions?
All right. So, thank you so much, Marcy. We appreciate your comments and support and questions, and we're excited about what you're doing. Amazing. So we'll have you. And
it's been a pleasure to meet everybody. And Jerry, I didn't get to talk to you, but I still think all the great things that I told you before are still working on my head.
Okay.
We're gonna get Jerry back on in a minute. But our next speaker is Susan. And Susan, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself and this amazing film festival that we're gonna make it a part of the club so that our whole group comes and watches it together, and we're so excited about it. Yes.
I think you will be very excited about it. My name is Suzanne Harvey. I'm the executive director of Peace in the Streets Global Film Festival. Now, what is particularly unique about our festival is it is for global youth 18 and under. We even get films from 8-year-olds and 5-year-olds. It is done in connection with the United Nations. We are an NGO, we're part of Peacemaker Corps is our NGO, which we've been part of the United Nations for many years, over 20 years now. And we do this festival. This is the 7th annual one we're doing. And this year was supposed to be really, really special because we're partnering with the Secretary General's office for the United Nations 75th anniversary. But as we know, this 2020 year has not been the most open for the UN is closed for people coming and going. So it's unfortunate with that. But we are doing our awards for our film festival as we do them every year at the UN, but this time it will be virtual. We're doing it on Tuesday, December the 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The reason I'm emphasizing that is because it is global. We're doing it differently. It will not be a Zoom meeting. We're doing it as if you're watching a movie or if you're watching a show. We have a very professional producer who's putting it all together, and we have things from all over the world. These films are so, so special, and when you see them, you'll be touched. You'll be very touched because the youth of the world are the ones that are going to inherit the world. We'll be long gone. They're going to be here. They are the leaders of tomorrow. And if they don't have their voices heard, which they rarely do, it is dangerous for the existence or our future existence. It was wonderful to see this last year with so many youth, particularly after the school shootings, going out on the streets and saying, listen to us, we don't want this, we don't want this, we want a different world. And in our film festival, we have different categories, and we break it into age groups, 8 and under, 9 to 13, and 14 to 18. It's not the technical ability of their films. They can make their films on their phone, they can do it online, they can do it YouTube, anything that works for them. So it's not the technical, it's the message. And we're always looking for their message and what they're trying to tell us and how they feel. And it's so true that they're saying things that they feel that they may not say to their parents, they may not say to anybody else, but they're saying them because they're talking to them as a film. And that's a safer environment for them to be in and to be able to say how they really feel. When the film festival started, the question was, what does peace in the streets mean to you, to personally? Which to any kid, it can mean almost anything. And as we started the film festival 7 years ago, most of the films, a good percentage of them, regardless of where they were coming from, were about bullying or self-image, or the difficulty to make it in your school grade because you didn't get into the right group. Through the years, they have progressed and have really been the story, the history of what is going on. And they've gone from bullying, they've gone from much more sensitive to self-images. They've gone to, is it right for how you treat others, particularly people that are different, whether it's with disabilities or whether they're transgender kids or whether they're gay kids. We've had films about all of these. We've certainly had films about school shootings from the US primarily. The rest of the world hasn't, except for New Zealand and, various incidents that are not the same as they've been here. So it's been pretty strong films about having to prepare for a school shooting. When you think about that, that's kind of tragic that has to be that way. Yeah. And now, in addition to that, now we have added there've also been films about teenage suicide. That has been global, which has been a little surprising to me, because I was surprised to see some of these films coming in from whether it be Africa or South America or Europe are Asia. And we've gotten films from all over the world. We've actually, I keep saying, we've gotten films from 6 of the 7 continents because we haven't figured out how to get the penguins to do one. But we'll try. We'll try. But we don't, we'll work on that one. But it is quite amazing. And then we added 3 years ago, because we are part of the UN, we added the Sustainable Development Goals. And I'm sure many of you have heard about them and know from businesses are certainly embracing the Sustainable Development Goals. And there's 17 of them. And it's just that. You can look on the UN website for Sustainable Development Goals and you feel all of them. And we've had films about this, which of course, climate is the one that most of the 2 things they come up with. Save the Elephants was done by an 8-year-old kid from Kenya. And that was really a delight to see it and see how, he said, stop poaching our elephants, we're going to save our elephants. Or the things that from India, an incredible film last year by a young lady. But these are a minute film. These are all 5 minutes and under, that about the earth and what we're doing to the earth. And it was so moving. We've had films done in animation. We've had films done in music, in dance, in all of these. And we've had films about the importance. One of our winners that everybody adored. And if you go to our website, which up there you will see it because all of our films are there, that about I Want to Be Your Spider-Man, which is a 5-year-old kid from Pakistan talking about the importance of educating girls. Now,
Wow.
we get everything, which is kind of wonderful. This year, because of the situation, we've added a category of the pandemic because kids, again, all over the world are sharing the fact that they've been locked down at some time, even with the Koreas or the Taiwans that, haven't had it quite as bad as we have. But again, some amazing films and our awards. Please, we hope everybody will tune into the awards. I will put the, in the chat room after we finish, I'll put the link so you can reserve. It's on our wonderful poster, but you may not be able to read it too well. Our website, it should be on the website, but I'm not sure, but you can see what we're doing and the importance of what we're doing on our website. We want everyone to really, really participate with us in our festival on the 15th of December. We also have, as a kind of an aside, and this comes up on our website, on the PSGFF website, so we have an app, which is simply PSGFF, the Peace app. And you can download it. It's free. It's for both Android and iPhones. And there we have all of our films for many, many, many years. And you can look at the progression of them. But we are quite excited. And another point that we always like to say, it would be nice if anybody donated. We have a little button to donate too, of course, because why not? We do fortunately have some supporters. We're supported by Salesforce. We're supported by some of the other local festivals and foundations in California have been very, very working closely with us. And of course, the UN agencies, but UN doesn't. It's important to have their support, but monetary support is not part of what they do. We are hopefully, we originally started under the Clinton administration with HUD, with Housing and Development, to bringing kids together, the haves and the have-not kids together, where we did actual on-site workshops. And we still have all the syllabus for the workshop and for teachers and for the kids. But we then moved on as technology, which we've been talking about a lot, we moved on to, we wanted to make it truly global and bring the kids together globally. So we have done that. We now have, that's why we went global and did it as an online film festival, to get the same messages out there, but with the kids. globally. We have now have partners, we call them our production partners, in India, in Kenya, in Zimbabwe, in Japan, in, where am I leaving out? Brazil, Mexico, Romania, Spain, and Italy. I'm sure I left out a country or two, but Nepal, that's another one. Yeah. Oh, South Africa, that's our newest one too. So we are really very excited about working for peace in the streets, for working for understanding, for working to use words, not violence. And that has been our mantra, and that has been, we believe in the youth. And interestingly enough, because I always like to add this, that at the UN, youth is 18 to 35. Nobody looks at the kids younger than that, but we do
Yeah.
the 18 and under, and that's why we're working, why the Secretary General wanted us to work with their office to bring that age group into the UN and have their voices heard. That's the important thing.
Okay.
Thank you,
All of you
Suzanne.
too.
Thank you. Join. Yes.
All
And
All of
also,
you
they are
participate.
celebrating peace in the streets with the UN 75th anniversary celebration.
Yes.
So I'll make sure that this is shared with the group, and I would ask everybody to share it on your website as well.
Please.
And if you can donate, please donate. So that was wonderful.
you.
Everybody, please give her a
Thank you.
big hand.
Yeah, good
Thank
job,
you.
good job.
I
So-
think getting peace from the kids is, there's nothing like you listening to kids, and
Yep.
and so I'm going to put Jean on next. Jean, are you ready? And then I'll bring Jerry so Jerry can be relaxed. Please don't go away. We want Jerry's presentation.
Yes, I'm gonna hear
and then Jerry can be relaxed and have all the time that he needs. So Jean, over
All right,
to you.
I'm here. I'm going to share the screen. Well, it just disappeared. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. And we should be good to go. I'm going to put my timer on so I don't go over. I had that all ready to go. And where's the timer here? All right.
There we go.
I'm
Did you
timing
lose
myself.
Jerry?
All right.
Yeah.
I am going to talk about home sweet home-based business, and there is energy in home-based businesses. I'm going to go rather quickly. Oh, okay. Let's see here. For some reason, it's not going. All right. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. Imagine that you've just received a dreaded letter from the IRS. You're scheduled for an audit. In a panic, you desperately attempt to reach your CPA. Then your CPA answers and you hear fighting kids, a barking dog, TV blasting, and spouses arguing. And then you hear a foul-mouthed parrot. Now, seriously, would you hire this CPA? During COVID-19, I wrote and published 2 books, but I'm going to focus on See Dick and Jane Start a Home-Based Business, and I'm going to go quick because I want to make sure that
Right, this
stay
is
within the time.
Ray?
I'm going to skip that. I am actually a 3rd generation home-based business. It started with my grandfather's chiropractic office, and that's actually my mom in the picture. My grandmother made ceramic pottery in their basement. My dad, the next generation, my dad had his law offices that started in our home. And now currently my brother has a solar energy business in New York. I have the COVID-19 book publishing business. And there's more. We now have the 4th and 5th generation Gormick home-based businesses. This is my daughter-in-law's travel company, which we hope and pray will come back when the pandemic is over. And then our son and the grandsons have a beekeeping business done on a farm.
Awesome.
Yeah, done on a farm. And so they are the 5th generation, those teenagers. So why were we all successful? It's actually in the book. But home-based business owners often have to work harder. And I think we do have some of you there. I'm pretty sure Jerry is probably home-based for sure. Knowledgeable owners know that they have to work harder to make things happen. And often the home-based businesses can actually save you money because they have lower overheads. So would you like to do business with somebody dedicated to working harder for you and also saving you money? Getting a private, quiet space for your business is the very first step. And a lot of people, I'm educating them on this because of COVID. They all of a sudden were sent home, but they don't know how to have a home-based business that works. I'm going to quickly go through some of the places that I've had my home-based business. Started in the kitchen and the bedroom to make phone calls. I got bumped out of into the corner of the master bedroom as our family grew. But I think one of the funniest ones was I was actually banished to a metal shed in the backyard when I was doing crafts because I was doing stained glass. And that was very important to keep the glass away from the kids. But one evening I ran into a skunk, and it was pre-cell phone days. So I had no way of calling my husband, and I just had to sit there until it went away. All right, finally, I got to my laundry room, which when we moved into the house, I'd always wanted to be in the laundry room, but my husband wanted his garage space. I was actually featured in the newspaper, and this is my laundry room, or was my laundry room space. Then I moved into the man cave. I had lost my husband. I painted the walls, and I made it the woman cave. And you can see I have my books. I do my group mentoring. I do speaking. So what are the possibilities? Back in the day, there was a one home-based business that I was aware of that they actually started in one house, and it was a printing business. And they actually bought the house next door to expand their business. They were in homes, which that was very unique back then. How to run a professionally home-based business from the beginning. This is what my book is all about. All of us in the audience here, we've already done all of this stuff, so I won't focus on it too much, but just to let other people know, the fictitious name statement, making sure that licensing is up to date. If you have a homeowners association, do they allow home-based businesses? And then how are you going to structure your home-based business? Then you need to talk to an insurance professional about liability insurance and umbrella insurance, maybe a rider to cover business equipment. Other things to consider: talk to tax, legal, and banking pros, determine goals for your business to keep you on track, come up with a vision statement and mission statements to determine your goals, and a written business plan is also critical to the success of any business. Other things to consider, especially now with COVID, I've attended lots of seminars and workshops to get myself technically oriented so that I'm running a 21st century business, not a 20th century. Going to seminars for sales techniques, networking, communications, customer relations, whatever you need to make yourself professional, your business can become enjoyable and profitable. Our company supports Bridge of Hope, which is very interesting right now. They are making a difference with homeless moms. These homeless moms are probably the other moms parenthood, and those moms are probably never going to have the opportunity to be a stay-at-home mom. So that's why my company chose this to support. I also facilitate monthly mastermind tribes or groups for women in business. I have regular groups and I have faith-based groups. And this is a low-cost, effective way for business women leaders to come together and collaborate to effectively live out those purposes that they have come up for their businesses. Have a safe place of accountability with other people who understand business from a woman's standpoint. So please don't let the women in your lives miss these opportunities to connect with other like-minded, passionate business women. Coming soon, we'll talk later. This is the first announcement I'm making. Virtual speed dating for Christian singles in Orange County, California. More later. Anybody
Very
have any
good.
questions?
Very good. Very good.
Very
That
good.
was
Well, I
awesome.
think if your singers group comes to the film festival, Jean, that would be lovely. Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can figure that one out.
Yes, that's a great one to talk about, especially
Thank
singers
you.
with kids, that would be wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So we've got Jerry back. Yay. So let's get Jerry on. Jerry, you're back. Are you ready for your presentation?
Can you,
Jerry,
We're
you're
You
doing
having
gotta
a
all-
laugh at
difficult
this.
today.
I know,
all
I
right, turn
know.
off the phone.
Just stick with it. You'll
I
get
don't know,
there.
it's been a
Yeah.
day. I'm not confident that I'll be able to finish, but we can try.
Do the best you
Can
can.
y'all hear me?
Right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Is I don't know what's going on. I've been having problems with my internet and trying to get the internet provider to figure it out, but they don't seem to be able to. So not a good thing when you're trying to run a business from home. So
No.
I think
Exactly.
the last
No.
place we stopped was
Yep.
right here. Well, not quite there. Where I was
Right
talking
there.
about the different projects that have been fueled by Shackley. That is the people who are, this was the first, maybe the only nonstop flight around the world. Again, and this was an exploration in the Arctic or Antarctica, I can't remember. But all these people were fueled by Shackley, of course. So I want to provide just some information. And by the way, I did add the file for this presentation in the chat. So if somebody would just check, make sure it's still there. When it let me back on
Yes,
for about
it is there. It is there. But also
added that
add the
file to the
meology
chat.
assessment,
So,
Jerry.
but here's some specific products. Performance Energy Chews. I know, Clara, you've been happy with those.
Yes.
Um,
So we've been
Yeah,
very
we
happy
have.
with them.
We're happy.
this
In fact,
screen so
we're
we can
about to
see.
down your steak
So
today.
anyhow, it's a natural blend, or it's a caffeine with natural tea extract, and then you can some other natural products and B vitamins and vitamin D. No artificial flavors or sweeteners. These are used a lot by the Shackley athletes, the Olympic athletes. So again, you know that it has to be pretty effective if the Olympic athletes are using them and they're not afraid to do that. Another one is Core Energy. Like I said before, just some of the steps that we talked about before, if you remember. They're just getting your diet and getting your in control and getting your weight in control and eating, what you're eating all contributes to better energy. These supplements also provide an additional boost. In this case, Core Energy has ginseng and antioxidants in it. And then some interesting stuff like I don't know even how to say it, the cordyceps extract from a mushroom in China, which has been proven to enhance stamina and also seems to promote better oxygen, more oxygen into to your brain. It's also used by, how do I say this? It's highly recommended for men who are suffering later in life with things that they don't particularly like. Anyhow, let's put it like that. I'll let you read between the lines. The Shackley, the energizing tea, this is one that was actually used
That was very politically
with our weight loss
correct, Jerry.
program.
Are you calling
And,
it performance?
I love the
Performance
elderberry
supplements, Jerry?
tea. I've been getting that lately.
I don't
and
think he
it
can hear
is-
us.
No, I
really
don't think you
delicious.
can. I was gonna
But
say it was
it
male
does provide
menopause.
additional energy
Exactly.
throughout the day. It's great for time in the afternoon when
Performance
you're
supplement.
feeling a little bit draggy. Just have some energizing tea. And again, it's all natural, so you don't have to worry about things that are bad for your health. Another component to energy, of course, is how well do you sleep? Now, if you're having problems with sleep, there's a lot of different things that may be playing into that, but Gentle Sleep Complex is one that seems to work pretty well. And it's a combination of passion flower, which I'm not real familiar with, but German chamomile and valerian. Valerian root has been used, I guess, for centuries, I think, in China for to promote restful sleep. So that can also help with your energy. Obviously, if you don't sleep well at night, you're not going to have as much energy during the day. Stress relief. I know nobody on this call ever has stress, but this is a non-drowsy formula, and it promotes a calm and more relaxed state. It doesn't make you sleepy, but it does calm you. I've got some great stories about that as well, which won't take time to tell right now. But you know, stress can elevate your body's levels of cortisol, and then continuously high levels have been linked to long-term health impacts. So stress relief complex, I've got some clients who get really nervous if their order hasn't come in yet with their stress relief. I just had a woman who moved from Virginia to South Carolina. She ordered 3 bottles just because she's been so stressed. It contains ashwagandha, again, which is a traditional herb used to help the body adapt to heightened stress. B complex is another very good vitamin to promote more energy. It basically promotes cellular energy production with all 8 B vitamins, and so it's also critical for converting the foods that we eat into energy. So I take a lot of B complex as well. At my age, I need as much energy as I can. And then, of course, we get to meology, which I won't talk about in great detail. I will put a link in the chat shortly, provided I don't get cut off. And that will take you to take you to my website, where you actually can do an assessment, which will tell you based on your current health, your family history, your diet, your exercise, and a number of other things. And it will tell you exactly what supplements your body needs based on the answers that you provide. I'm going to put that in the chat. If somebody decides they want to complete that assessment, I will send you a free gift. Some of you have already completed it, so if you do it again, I'm not going to send you a gift, but those who haven't completed and would like to, you get a free gift, which is actually a life shake, a protein shake, which again is as we talked about earlier, it's really the baseline for good nutrition, getting a good high quality protein to start, and then add to that vitamins and so on. And what to add to that, you can determine using the meology assessment. So one of the great things about Shaklee, I left out a lot of slides about the quality of what they do in the purity testing and quality control testing that they do. They're really obsessed with it. And you know, you're guaranteed that the products will do what we say they'll do, or you get your money back. So not a lot of companies will offer you that. I don't know if you go to GNC and you buy a product that they'll give you your money back if you're not satisfied with it. Perhaps they do. And wow, I think I got through that. I'm not sure if everybody's still
Great
here.
job.
but-
Yes, very
Okay.
good.
Yeah,
Very
great
good.
Thank
job.
you.
Now I can't hear.
Yeah, you
Anybody?
did. Any questions for Jerry? And then I'm
No,
going to
you
bring
can hear
Donna.
me, but I don't think I can hear
Can we
you.
get you on? Are you driving? Donna,
I'm in my
there
car.
we go.
I may have to call in by phone again.
Yeah, I'm in my car, but
Anyhow, you've got some
I can
things
say a
that,
quick hello.
let me call in back
Okay.
in by phone. In the meantime, I'm going to put in the chat the link to the meology assessment, and just go to that link and complete the assessment, and I'll send you a free gift. Anyhow, I think that's all I have for now. If anybody has any questions, I can't hear you right now, but I'll call back in by phone. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. Thanks much.
Good job. Thanks, Jerry. So is Donna joining us?
Donna?
You hit her before, Donna.
Oh boy. She's
Donna,
driving.
going once, going
And
twice.
there's the link.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we'll give you a few minutes if anybody wants to do the assessment with Jerry. Just click on the link. It'll take you to his website. It really literally takes 4 minutes to do. It's not complicated.
So we're
Meanwhile,
gonna
if we can get,
we
yeah,
can use this segment for a station ID break. It will still be recording, but and if there's any comments or questions, it's a mild-mannered ID, and it gives us an
yeah,
opportunity to get some segmented break to produce something more elaborate. So I just
Enter
take
your participant
this
ID
time to
followed
thank
by
everybody
pound.
for being
You
on the
are in the
call,
meeting now.
and
Therefore,
we're also waiting for Donna to join us as she comes in, and Jared to join in from the phone. Wow, what an
okay,
insightful call today. There were so many elements that I'm just impressed
yep,
with. I was excited about, and it's just an amazing time. Of course, Renee had to leave us, and I'm sorry for that. And we'll make sure that we
yeah,
get her. Renee is Jones. She's a health and benefit instructor. She is from Virginia, and I think she had to go pick up her daughter. But we were delighted that she was able to join the call with us today, and her insights and understanding of health and the benefits of health like that are astounding. And with that, though, she did, will post her information and data. She's a trainer, formerly for the U.S. Army, and I think retired. But she has brought so many elements of training and benefit for her regimes. In fact, she was instrumental in introducing the burpee to our exercise regime. So what an astounding! I don't know if many of you have had the chance to do a burpee. What an exercise! What an exercise! So, but do a couple of those, and I tell you, it'll make a new person out you. So, and I got to give credit to Jerry, who was trying to find a soft way or a relaxed way to describe male performance supplements. That was pretty. Thank you, Jerry, for that. I appreciate it. And all of you, I want you to know that we really, 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 really appreciate you. And we're excited about what we're doing and being a part of this. And the film festival, Suzanne, thank you so much for introducing that to us for future performance models. And Marcy, oh, thank you for your understanding and directives for, of course, COVID vaccines, but your understanding of medicines. And we're looking forward to working with you down the road with certain things. With that regard, we'll come back on. Donna, are you there?
Yeah, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can
yes,
hear you. So,
Yes.
floor's
Yeah.
all yours. Floor's all yours.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm in my car. I'm traveling back from Richmond, but I stopped by the side of the road. So just, I didn't catch all the presentation, but what I heard was pretty powerful. I didn't get to hear Suzanne's part, so maybe it's been recorded, and I hope I can catch it later. But
Yeah.
just wanted to tell everybody how really proud and honored I am to be with this group. You know, the more that I hear what people are offering and how they're reaching out to their communities and the wonderful things they're doing, it reinforces what a great community of business owners we are. And that when we help each other and we give back to each other, it helps our entire community. So I think that's what this club is doing. It's bringing us together as a group of business owners so that we can then give back to the community. I think that's the power in this group, and that's what I hear over and over again. So thank you, Elton and Claire, for bringing us all together and educating us and helping us to grow as business owners, because I know I've learned a lot in the last 7 or 8 months that we've been doing this together. So thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
But
you
tell us about New York life, Donna.
Okay. Interesting enough, we have a lot of things going on right now at year end. We have a very affordable priced whole life. It's a permanent product that's it's kind of sunsetting soon. So we're offering it to people to go ahead and get their whole life in place now while it's very affordable before our rates change in January. We're also offering, something we don't normally offer, which is a 5-year term policy that's extremely affordable for people who just need something to cover them temporarily until they can get their finances back on track. That's a very attractive policy because it's heavily discounted. And another thing we're doing is, obviously with the COVID, we understand that people may not want to meet in person. So obviously we can do Zoom meetings or FaceTime or some other virtual environment to make people feel comfortable and still get them the life insurance that meets their needs and their budget. So one of the things we pride ourselves on is really trying to understand where people are at with their needs and then matching that need with the most affordable product that we can find. Also, I don't charge a fee for anything I do. If I meet with you 2 times or 220 times, there's no fee associated with using a New York Life agent. So I hope there's anybody on the call that needs some help with life insurance, long-term care coverage, which is very important to have in place. And then, of course, anything to do with their financial wellness. I'm happy to help you, again, free of charge, and see if I can be of some assistance. The other thing I'll offer to you as well, I do free life insurance reviews for people who don't have New York Life policies. So if you have a policy and you're not sure it's the right policy for you, you bought it maybe 10 or 20 years ago, and now you think, I really don't understand what the policy is or what to do with it, give me a call, we'll review it. I do that free of charge, and even if you don't purchase anything from me, at least I can give you peace of mind that you have a good policy and that you should keep it, or maybe make some tweaks that makes it, more useful for you. So if that's of any benefit to anybody, I will put my contact information in the chat, and then let me know if I can be of some assistance to you and your families. So great to be
And
here.
also, Donna comes up on Monday at 8 p.m. So please join us. And if you want to speak again about your business, I know Suzanne will probably be close to the festival, but we can talk about it. But please join the club if you want to come and promote your businesses. And Donna will do the presentation for long-term care. I just want to quickly take you through a few things that we're doing. We're also doing a Secret Santa. I know many people don't want to do Secret Santas, but the idea is to get to know everybody in the group. So I'm trying to get everybody to do it. I've simplified the process. So you literally have to buy just one gift for $10, but then you just have to send 6 emails. That's it, as simple as that. So it's not complicated. We have a author from Denmark, from the Netherlands, and he will be doing a moneyfulness from the Netherlands. So that will be on the next Wednesday, and then on the 9th. And then, I'm sorry about the slides. And then Donna comes back, and we're going to be doing holiday gifting. So hopefully by then I would have we have 1,000 women in the group. So we're trying to get everybody to get on board with the Secret Santa and have everybody who's ever spoken and ever been at the club to attend. So we will do a grand finale and close out the year for that. Now, next year, I'm going to be I've been toying with this, but we're trying to do jobs, business, and empowerment. And so we're going to, instead of doing the weekly club, which is amazing, we're going to do once a month instead. Donna, Jerry will still do their workshops and have their individual events. They are our sponsors, and so we'll still fit that into the programming. But we want to do conferences, and these conferences will be 3 days long, And we're going to focus on the home because everybody's been affected by the pandemic. And I'm not sure if it's going to be the bridal thing yet, but we've got a lot of vendors. And so if Jean, if we can partner together with your singles event and bring it into the conference, that would be great.
Okay.
The health and wellness, which you're part of today,
Yeah.
we will do in February, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The reason I want to do this in February because I need time to do the marketing, and
Okay.
I think that will give me plenty of time.
So,
The Women Business Empowerment, where we started, will be March the 25th, 26th, and 27th. So if any of you, and then we'll do family-owned business, which is similar to what Jean does with the home-based. So if any of you want to be part of this group, want to speak, want to tell us about your events, please get back in touch with me, and I'll be sending everyone details. I'm also going to do an award for everybody that spoke and powered business during the pandemic. So
Okay.
each of you will get a certificate from us.
Okay,
Elton.
so we're gonna have to close out now because Donna's on the side
Yep.
of the road, and we can't
Yep.
leave with her. So we want to thank you
Yes.
all. Thank you all for being a part of our call and our program today. We're excited about the year, and we're gonna close out this year strong. And we encourage you to be a part of what we're doing. We encourage you to participate, and we got you in mind. And we want you to have a great finish of the year, but we also want you to have a beginning of the year great too. And so we're mindful of your work and mindful of how we're hastening. If there's something that we can do to enable your work a little better, we're there for you. Let us know. We're supporting you. And we're hoping to grow. And if there's people out there that you know of can benefit from what we're doing, please share our domain and website and details about that, because the more the merrier, and it's our vision that everybody can benefit in the greatest and beneficial way. So without further ado, please log into our programs. We're excited about you, and we're also creating an environment to have a great holiday, and we know that you will, and it's promised that way. What a finish. We want to have a great finish to this year, to close out all the elements that we didn't like and all the elements that we did like, and get ready for the year ahead. So with that being said, a simple prayer. Thank you, kind Father, for your grace and everlasting mercy. Abide with us, direct us, protect us, and keep our family safe and our work endeavored. And we continue to give your name the everlasting praise, we pray. Hallelujah. Bless every family on the line and give us the courage to be what you've endeavored us to be. Hallelujah. Amen. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me back.
Right.
Everybody take care.
Thanks,
Have a good-
everybody.
Very good.
Be blessed. Be safe out there.
Absolutely.
Take care of yourselves.
And you
Care.
too. Thank you. Thank you,
Take
Marcy.
care.
Thank you,
Bye.
Donna. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Suzanne. All right. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.